Hello, my dear students. I hope you all are very well and doing great. Stay home and stay safe, please, because this pandemic time is very, very critical for us. So, stay home. Okay. So, today we are going to discuss about pharynx and esophagus. You already know about that the mouth was completed, yeah, buccal cavity in mouth and all the salivary glands, like all that things related to mouth was completed by us. Okay, so today let us discuss about pharynx and esophagus. Okay, here is, first of all, what is a pharynx? What is pharynx? Common passage for food in air also. Okay, we can't say this is the common passage for air. We are saying that the passage for food and air. Okay, for what? How? Connect to food pipe and windpipe. The pharynx consists of a pipe which is constituently called as the food pipe and windpipe also. Okay, and the food pipe alone is known as esophagus. No digestion happens here. Obviously, digestion processes doesn't happen in the pharynx part. Okay, so look at the diagram carefully. Let us, you can see on the screen the pharynx is written on the screen at the arrow for a pipe. Okay, so here is from nose we are taking some air or anything, that is for, we can say that the dust or air most probably, and also the sense organs are present which we can use for the smell of anything like that. This is another thing. Okay, from mouth we are taking some food. Okay, so these two pipes which intake the air and food, these constitute at a part, here is, these constitute at a part where food and air both comes from one pipe, and after some time, after pharynx, we can say that here the windpipe and food pipe distinct themselves. Okay, so here is the greenish line you can see on the screen. This is called as windpipe, and the another one which is light bluish in color, this is called as the food pipe. Okay, so we somehow listen that we didn't have to talk when we are eating something. Okay, so that's the reason when we are eating something, then at the same time we are talking to we used to talking somebody else at the time of eating food, then the food pipe could cause any injury of that, because the windpipe, in the windpipe, if any food product or food part goes inside it, then it will be cause a suffocation, vomiting, and we can say that in fact cause the death of the person when the food part or the any food particle goes inside our windpipe, because it create a suffocation, and there is a difficulty of breathing, and we can say that the respiratory system of our. Okay, so here is next to a pharynx part. These are the parts of pharynx. These are three parts of pharynx, that is the nasopharynx, oropharynx, and laryngopharynx. Okay, these three parts are present of pharynx. We can say that this a small pipe we can see on the screen, that is the three parts: nasopharynx, oropharynx, and laryngopharynx. The pipe which is connected, or which we can say that the related to the nose area, that is called as the nasal cavity or nasopharynx. Okay, and which is the name is showing that the oral cavity which is related to the oral cavity or connected to the oral cavity, this is called as the oropharynx. Okay, and after that the laryngopharynx, we can say that the larynx part, that is, we can see on the screen, you can see. Okay, so here is a gate is present on the windpipe to avoid the food to enter in the windpipe. This gate is called as the epiglottis. What it is called? The epiglottis is the gate like structure, or we can say that the barrier which avoid or which prevent the food to enter in the windpipe. Okay, so this part is connected with the laryngopharynx. We can say that. So I hope you understand where is the nasopharynx, oropharynx, and laryngopharynx is present. Okay. After that, esophagus, we are somehow discuss about esophagus. You already know about that. The food pipe of our body is called as esophagus and helps in downward movement of the food also, है ना? The food, when the food we intake, then after that it will go through the esophagus, okay, for to the stomach. We can say that the path between the mouth and the stomach is called as the esophagus, right? No digestion happens here. Obviously, at the esophagus or pharynx part, no digestions happen. Fine. But a special thing is that esophagus, what's the thing which is present in the esophagus which help in the pushing up of food from mouth to stomach? Okay, so here it is, the role of pharynx and esophagus in the digestion. What? Bolus moves into pharynx, then esophagus by swallowing. What do you mean by bolus? The food which we have intake is called as bolus, which is partially or little bit digested by the digested, or we can say that the chew by our mouth, and this type of food is called as bolus, which is moves into the pharynx, then esophagus by swallowing. We can say that when we eat something, then it will be chew or somehow halfly digested by our teeth and salivary gland, and it moves to the pharynx part, then how it moves to the esophagus part. Okay, and after that we can say that second point, that is the peristalsis, pushes food downward. What is peristalsis? That will become in the 1 mark. We can say that must be, because you have to know about the peristalsis. What is peristalsis? That is the successive waves that is created by the muscles present inside the esophagus. Then what's the role of these muscles present in the esophagus part? These muscles help in the pushing downward the food. Okay, so we can say that something which pushes the food downward to the stomach, and these muscles worked, and the mixing of that, or we can say that the pushing up of the food downward to the stomach, and this process is called as the peristalsis, and the waves are created, and these waves are specifically known as peristalsis. Okay, so here it is. After that, gastroesophageal sphincter control the passage of food from esophagus to the stomach. Okay, so let us see. At the gate which is present on the windpipe to prevent the food in goes inside the food pipe. Sorry, windpipe. So this is called as epiglottis, right? So a gate is present also at the tip of the stomach, or at the starting of the stomach. This gate is called as the gastroesophageal sphincter.